Welcome to North of the Broad. I'm your host, Robin Zimmerman. We have a great show planned for you. We're here in downtown Beaufort at the Pat Conroy Literary Center, so stay tuned. Welcome to North of the Broad. I'm your host, Robin Zimmerman, and we're here in downtown Beaufort at the Pat Conroy Literary Center with the executive director, Jonthan Haupt. Of course, this is a difficult time in our country and our world's history, the coronavirus outbreak, the pandemic, and so our show is configured a little bit differently this time, but it's just great to have Jonthan with us. Actually, the center is closed, but he has been very innovative, very creative in holding meetings online and providing video online and just a lot that we're going to be talking about now. So Jonthan, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, thank you, Robin.
And let's begin with some of the online videos that you have provided, basically through Facebook, but maybe some other channels as well.
It's all been through social media, through Facebook and our YouTube channel.
Okay.
And since we can't be open in person here at the Conroy Center, we wanted to give people an option to museum at home, as the term is circulating among our fellow museum folks right now. So, some of the things that we've posted have been just sort of really wonderful little distractions. For example, just last week, Barbara Streisand posted this wonderful video that I've never seen before
It was
of
great.
Pat Conroy teaching her to shag.
Yes.
In the office when they're working on Prince of Tides, 30th anniversary of the film version of Prince of Tides,
Okay.
and that was our impetus for posting the video. And more than 50,000 people have watched that video already.
I didn't realize he could dance like that.
He was really smooth.
Very.
Right? Who knew?
And she was so good.
Yes, they were both great together. It's a fun little piece, but we've been doing some larger pieces too. The last time you and I saw each other in person was for a program that I had done for OLLI, the Osher
Yes.
Lifelong Learning Institute, about Pat Conroy's reverence for teaching. And through OLLI, we've been able to post an earlier version of the talk, not the one that you saw, of course, but one from a couple of years ago. And that's on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's on OLLI's YouTube channel. And it's on our Facebook feed as well. So a lot of different ways people can access this.
And that was his reverence for teaching.
For teaching,
And I saw
yes.
Jonthan give that lecture at OLLI in Beaufort, and it was outstanding.
Oh, thank
very,
you.
very powerful, very interesting. The power, the influence that his teachers had through his life.
Absolutely. It's really the story of Pat as a lifelong teacher
then
and to
is
some
he-
degree lifelong
Absolutely,
student, too.
Absolutely. Now, you have monthly meetings here at the center, and so how are you providing kind of the meeting space online, Jonthan?
Sure. Yeah, well, there's this sort of center after hours thing that happens here. This is a haven for local writers and readers. And writing groups and book clubs meet here when we're not open to the public, and obviously we're not able to do that in person now. So we've been able to move all of that online. We have a monthly critique group through the Low Country Writers group, and they held a meeting online just last week. They'll do that again later this month. Our open mic night, which we
Right.
typically do at Common Ground, about a block from where you and I are sitting right now. Can't meet in person, so we're doing that online tomorrow night. We're recording it, and we'll be posting that online for people to see, even if they're not attending it when it's actually happening, too. So we've just been trying to take these things that we know mean so much to readers and writers right here in our community and do the closest equivalent we can online for them.
Well, we talked earlier that you are technologically advanced, and you, I think, through Facebook, through your YouTube, through multiple channels, you have kind of set the center up to be able to pivot, as you say, to have these online offerings, which thank goodness you did, Jonthan.
We're really fortunate that we have such a strong online presence to begin with, that we're really just sort of putting content into that system that wouldn't have been there otherwise, but it's reaching an audience that we already have who follow us online through social media or our email newsletter or whatever it is, that they know to look to us for good content, and now we're providing that in a new way.
And you're even getting people that from throughout the country joining you that couldn't be here in Beaufort.
That's been the remarkable discovery. We have 3 writing workshops that we're holding online this month, and they were going to be held right here in the Conroy Center, mostly for the benefit of local writers. And now people from all over the country can and are, in fact, signing up for them because they'll all be held online as video conferences instead.
Well, let's specifically talk about the writers'
The workshops.
events, the workshops.
Sure.
So we have specific dates. So on April the 14th at 6 o'clock, you have the poetry.
Yes, Emily Davis Fletcher, a really wonderful poet from right here in Beaufort, is teaching a 3-week class every Tuesday at 6, starting on the 14th, Poetry of Inspired Experience. And folks can still sign up for that through our Facebook feed or through brown paper tickets. Everything is listed there, too.
And then on April 18th, you have Finding Your Voice. This is for beginning writers?
It is. It's for people who haven't crossed that threshold yet, maybe haven't written anything or haven't written much and don't really think of themselves as writers. And that instructor is Marianne Henry, an award-winning fiction writer and teacher from Charleston, who we've hosted here in Beaufort for events before. She's going to teach that class online as well.
And then on the 25th, you have the two-session memoir night. Memoir might save your life.
Yes. That, too, is by a local instructor, Estelle Ford Williamson, who's here in town. And we've worked with Estelle quite a bit. And she is teaching two sessions for that memoir writing class. Again, it's for people who maybe haven't written the first word yet, or for folks who are a little farther along.
Okay, very good. Now, we hope that you'll be open in May.
We certainly do.
That's
yes.
our prayer. And so you do have there are some opportunities for in-person, face-to-face lectures, meetings, workshops, seminars. So you want to share some of that with us?
Sure. We're hosting 2 lunch events in May, hopefully, postponing them if we have to, but certainly they're on the calendar for May right now. One is our Rose Hill Author Series, and we're doing that with Lynn and Seal Selden, who've been on the show before, local travel writers, the book called 100 Things to Do in Savannah Before You Die.
Yes,
and
we interviewed them.
Yes.
Great.
Really wonderful group.
Yeah, couple,
writers, yes. And that is May 19th. And then later that week, we'll be out on Defusky Island for the first of our Hague Point author lunch series with Bernie Shine, who was Pat's best friend, Pat Conroy's best friend from high school onward, and has a book called Pat Conroy, Our Lifelong Friendship.
Very good. Thank you so much, Jonthan Haupt, Executive Director of the Pat Conroy Literary Center. Appreciate you being with us today and all the good work that you're doing for our community and our writers and our readers throughout the country. And we'll be right back with North of the Broad. Stay tuned.